So preparing for a call session properly oftentimes is the difference between setting the appointment or kind of feeling frustrated, zoning in and out of attention, and getting distracted easily, therefore not setting an appointment. I wrote down 6 very simple steps that anyone can do to prepare for a call session so that you could set yourself up with intention and focus, be more present, and really help to create some subconscious patterns so you're not fighting all the time. So you're not fighting the prospecting. Yeah, I've used these personally for years. I coach my team on it. We're all human. This does not come easily for anyone. When I first started, I really struggled with attention and staying focused and dialing in. It wasn't until I created some subconscious habits and patterns where now, after years of doing this, 3 hours goes by like this because I'm very focused, and it all happens subconsciously because of these 6 simple steps that I wrote down to help me be there and be present. So if this video is helpful, it resonates with you, you want to dive in and get a little more into what to say on the calls. I'm not going to get into that in this video. Just drop a comment in the comment section, and I will send you a video on what to actually say on these calls. It dives a little bit more into strategy and technique here. But for this video, I really want to talk about prepping for the prospecting session. I don't want you to start at the beginning of your time block and then start to figure this stuff out, because then you've wasted half hour, 45 minutes that you should have been spent actually focused on lead generation. So let's get right into it. The first thing I wrote down is you have to have a consistent time block time 5 days a week, each day. If one day you're at this time, one day you're at that time, it's very hard to create that subconscious just auto action that you're looking for. You're constantly thinking of, oh yeah, I got to prospect. Oh yeah, I got to do this, because it's not at the same time every day. I get it. A lot of people fight this. One of the reasons you became a real estate agent is you want freedom. So you don't want to be locked into a schedule each day. At the same time, if you just time block 3 hours a day, and that's the one part of your schedule that you fight for and stick with, I promise you're going to have all the freedom you want with the rest of your time if you can be consistent with that over time. So the first step, you actually have to time block when you're going to make the calls, right? First thing in the morning is always popular. Let's just say we're going to use 8 to 11 for the purpose of this call, of this video. You're going to do that Monday through Friday. And again, you can tweak that here or there. Maybe you got to do it on a Saturday because of your family situation. Maybe you got to prospect 4 to 7 at night because of a family situation. There's other ideal time slots. We're not going to get into that here. You just have to make yours, okay, before the session. This helps you create that habit, so you're doing it every day. You don't have to think about it. You just act, all right? Step number 2, I wrote down, who are you going to call? This is critical. If you're there at the office 8 o'clock every day, but you're like, all right, let's see, where should I start, right? A, we're wasting time. B, we can't create a result if we don't know who we're calling. So beforehand, this needs to be figured out, thought about, planning your day either the morning of or the night before. I want you to know who you're going to call. You have to have a strategy behind it. Now, I will say this matters who you are as a prospector. Different people are going to call different sources for different reasons. Some people are just super comfortable with their database. Other people struggle with it. Some are super comfortable with expireds. Others struggle with it, so on and so forth. So first, identify where your comfort level is and where it isn't. Identify where your business comes. What's your main source? These are all things you want to factor in. Right? In a perfect world, I would recommend starting with your database for most people, because those calls are going to feel good. There's not a lot of rejection there, right? And frankly, for most people, database has been the best source over the past 2, 3, 4 years in most parts of the country, just because of the way the market's been. Now, the one caveat, If you love expireds, you have a super thick skin and the rejection doesn't bother you, or you've just been doing it so long that you're immune to the rejection, I would start with expireds because you want to call them first. You want to be the first one to call them, expireds and FSBOs. I'm careful there because a lot of agents, they don't like that. It's like you're getting beat up. And you don't want to start your day like that if it really bothers you. I'd rather you start your day with the database and get feeling good. Get those calls in. Now you got to win. You've made the contacts. A lot of them are good calls. Then you can go fight those expireds with a healthier mindset, and you're actually going to be more productive. You don't always have to be first if your skills are rock solid. So if you have really strong skills, you're feeling good about yourself, hit the expired and the FSBO next after you call your database, okay? And I would just flip that if you're super unbothered by the rejection on the expired and FSBO, start with those to try to get that first call and then go to your database. Okay, that's where a lot of the low-hanging fruit is. That's where a lot of the now listings are, those sources. Now, from there, I would go to the just listed, just sold calls. These are so good. I've talked about them in other videos. You could target price point, neighborhood, markets that are selling, etc. You could really leverage a lot here. I would always finish the day here. Couple points as you're planning out how you want to prospect. Be super detailed about it. Don't just say, well, I'll start with database, then go to expired when I feel like it. No. 8 to 9 database, 9 to 10 expired, 10 to 11 just listed, just sold. Have specific times. And here's a mistake that I made. I would just jam right through. I wanted to call 3 hours. I wouldn't take any breaks. I wanted to finish my work and then be able to get home, for the day with my family, hobbies, etc. I will say I didn't always realize this, but I wasn't always mentally as clear with this approach. More recently, I've really tried to schedule in breaks in my prospecting where I get up, I walk around, or I get a drink of water, whatever it is, to break up the prospecting. So ideally, if you can go 50 to 55 minutes of prospecting, take a 5 to 10 minute break, and then repeat, do that 3 rounds, you're going to be more focused and more productive than if you just try to grind through, in my experience. So keep that in mind. I want you to plan in your breaks. I want you to plan exactly who you're going to call and when, right? What time you're going to finish. And then if you're supposed to finish database at 8:50, stop. Go to the next, take your break, and then go to the next one. Don't just say, I want to make a couple more. That routine, having that all figured out before you even enter, you're not even thinking. You're not even thinking what to do. What do I have to do? What's the best priority? It's all mapped out for you. You're keeping your mental energy clear and clean. So all you can think about is, who needs to sell a home that I can help? Who's going to list their property today? When you can put all your mental energy on that, you're going to see things that you didn't know existed. I promise you, you will see things, and things will pop in your head that you did not think, you would not have thought about otherwise. Having all this planned out, it sounds so easy. And it's like, okay, do I really have to do that? Yes, it matters. All right. So plan out in detail breaks, who you're calling, and when. All right. Understand what type of now play with this too. You can switch it around based on how you're feeling, but just plan it out and get locked in with a routine that's starting to work for you. Okay. Next thing I wrote down: all your call lists need to be planned in advance. Your prospecting time is not for you to do research on who you're calling. You have to have all those numbers, everything prepared in advance. That's your admin time. That's your research time. Right? Anybody that's watched my videos knows that when you schedule your time, you should time block admin each day for tasks like research, market analysis, preparing call lists, negotiating, etc. This is when you do that, not doing your prospecting time. You could easily eat up an hour to an hour and a half of your prospecting time if you're deciding who to call, getting your list ready. There's a lot of avoidance there that we try to dodge. or not, or pretend doesn't exist. And we can spend a really long time doing those things, eating up our prospects. So do it all first. Okay. The next thing I wrote down, and a lot of people forget about this one. I want you to practice before you start. This is not part of your prospecting. It's right before. Yes, this has to be right before. Give yourself a minimum of 15 minutes if you're doing it by yourself. If you have a role play partner, give yourself 20 to 30 minutes, right? And be super clean on this. This isn't for small talk if you're role playing. It's practice, get it in, get it out, and then you both are hitting the phones. All right. At a minimum, you should know exactly who you're calling. You should read through the script. You should practice a few scenarios in your head, get comfortable with it, even if you've done it every day, right? Professional basketball players, they shoot before games. They know how to shoot. They've done it thousands of times. They're warming up, right? We're warming up our mental muscles. It's a real thing. It's training our brain how to think and process information to do what you do best. So spend 15 minutes practicing beforehand. Then you already know who you're calling. You already have your lists. You already have your scripts. Everything's ready at your station. It's all been prepared before. If you do that and you spend 3 hours prospecting, I promise you there is a deal there. It might not be today, but somebody you called on that day, there'll be something that ties back to that in the future. And it certainly can be that day, by the way. You certainly will get new listings that day, new listing appointments. But if you don't, there'll be a weave or a web that ties back to one of those phone calls that day. And if you do that every day, you create these unlimited scenarios of new business, new opportunities, new situations by simply time blocking 3 hours a day. Let me know what you think. Let me know what questions you have as you get into it, what challenges you face. I get calls, texts, emails all the time from people who are watching these videos. And if you want to get into more of the, okay, I'm prepared, I'm doing it, what do I say on the calls? Drop a comment below. Happy to send you a video that really dives into what to say in that next step. If this is helpful, give me a subscribe. That tells me what content is really hitting viewers the most and helps me prepare for the future. I would love to hear how this goes for you. Let me know.